Health. And tonight we are here to talk more about autism and how is the family reacting to it. And as you all know, that Dr. Mehrotra is with us for last 4 weeks, and this is actually our 4th week, doctor, and welcome again to Health is Well.
Wow, it's been that long.
Yes.
Huh? Wow, it's going great, I think.
Absolutely.
And I'm really excited and happy that Mana TV has made an initiative to talk about autism this whole month.
Yes, absolutely, and I'm so glad that we are a part of it. And thank you so much for bringing in, such a nice, proud families there with us. And why don't you introduce them?
Sure. Our stars today for the evening is Samed, and we have his mom Tripti and his dad Nihar, and then we have Pranav. Who's our other star, and Pranav's mom, Uma, who's here to talk about them and their family and the experiences that they have. Because I think it's an important thing that our community needs to understand. You know, we hear about it, we see Autism Awareness Month, this and that, and it's not about giving sympathy or pity. It's about understanding what the community is really going through. And I think we need, as a whole, to empathize and not sympathize, and that is why I think it is extremely important, and we're thankful to the families for being here and sharing such intimate talking about what they go through on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely, and you can see that extreme right. Almost face to face of mine is Tripti. Hi Tripti, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I am great. I'm so excited to meet Samed. Samed, how are you? Oh, okay. You are not feeling good. Okay, why you are not feeling good? Tell me that.
Funny joke, Sammy.
Do you want pizza? Yes or no? All right. To all my viewers, Samed loves pizza, and that is what we are trying to give him. And Tripti, just tell me, because we're starting with such a great topic about food. So, what type of food he really likes to eat at home?
So I think my son has been born to eat.
Oh,
he loves food in any form, in any shape, in any color. He enjoys pizza. He enjoys. He's just so curious about food. And I think one of the most amazing experiences we share with him is he loves watching cooking shows. So the whole family can sit on a Sunday afternoon and watch cooking shows for 2-3 hours. And yes, he totally loves it. He doesn't want to watch any cartoon. Doesn't want to watch anything. That's Mama. Papa is also there.
So I think you're going to be great at cooking. And one of the biggest challenges that come in with a child when they have autism is their food. They're very picky, but with somebody that's not an issue at all.
Last week also we spoke to someone and they were
Radha,
expressing,
right?
Radha, that how difficult it was to fit the child. So I mean, in that sense, I can say that it is good for you that he loves all kind of food. And what is your son is loving in the food category?
He's also the same. In fact, we both spoke one day that we are going to make them chef.
Oh, wow.
So he also loves food, like all kinds of food, like no sweets, but dosas, sambar, and roti and everything. He loves all vegetables.
Wow.
And with him, I don't have a problem with him with eating.
Okay.
That's the one area he's very good at.
So we're both, the families are very lucky, because one of the challenges, as I said, is about trying to get proper nutrition into the kids. And thankfully that's not, and one of the other biggest challenges is, behavior and how does that impact, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about that, right?
Last week we spoke about it, and we really want to know your feelings about the society, about when you're going out. What are the hardships that you're really feeling from outside? Will you just share? I know that this is something, it's very hard to express, but like whatever is coming in your mind, if you can share few stories with our viewers, that will be really helpful for them to understand.
I think one of the first stories I would like to share is the very beginning of our journey. It's when we found out, in fact, Dr. Maruta told us that you guys need to probably go do something. Don't tell me things that you think are okay. You need to think a little more and go to the doctor. So we went to a developmental pediatrician, and we were told that he is on the spectrum with delays. And I think what people have to really understand is that when a parent comes and tells you or shares the information that my child is on the spectrum or has special needs, I think sometimes people, they don't know how to react and they'll say, oh, but he looks so normal. And I think, this is something that really no parent wants to show off that, okay, my child is on the spectrum or special needs, right? It's something that we are taking a lot of courage to share with somebody.
Yes.
So it would be nice if you could respect that sentiment and say, okay, there must be something that you are saying. There must be something that you're going through. So that's I think one of the initial hurdles in life.
Yeah.
So at every step, every parent faces something with their kids. What you have to remember with parents like us, we just have to face it a little more. And for the things that you have achieved sooner, we are taking a longer time. But we are not giving up. We're trying every day. So that's, I think, one of my first things.
That is what I think, that I just love these parents because they will never give up. I mean, this is really amazing that how they take things in their life every day, and the word she said right now, that we will never give up. Thank you so much, Tripti. That was a very nice comment, I can say, and very proud moment. I mean, that is really exciting about you and Nihar. And Uma, how about you?
Yeah, Pranav is now 9 years, so he was diagnosed when he was about 18 months. Same, Dr. Mahatra had told us, like, just to get him checked, like, maybe it's nothing, or maybe, his developments are not the way it has to be. So he was diagnosed at 2. Initially, I was under denial. Like I didn't want to accept it, and as any parent would do, I just went on Google to see what it is, and it was like at least for a couple of months I didn't want to tell anyone because of the way the people would judge, or what would people say. I was more worried about the society than what we were going through. So even now when we go out, like, some people still stare at us, like stare at him, or even first time, as Tripti said, the first thing they'll say is, oh, he feels so normal, maybe it's nothing, maybe give it some time, he'll be fine. So those kind of comments, and people, there are people who say that, oh, maybe something that you did when you were pregnant, maybe something you did, like those kind of comments. So those things really hurt, like, and also the behaviors, and they say maybe you're not strict enough with him, maybe you have to discipline him more, then he'll get better. So it'll be good that if we don't get that kind of comments or things like that.
I think our community and we're very free with our words and advice, and we run to say things. It's just, if somebody's sharing something with you, it doesn't mean that you have to say something back, right? You can show some emotions and show some compassion. And I mean, what would you think? I mean, how do you think the community should react when you, or if you go to a friend's place, what would you expect them to say to you?
I think, I'm very grateful. I have a very wonderful set of friends who have accepted Sameed. But when we talk about the general society, I think just being a good listener, like, just listen. I don't need to know, okay, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Believe me, I've tried many, many more things than what you're talking about. Or sometimes I know it's not going to work for my child. But just listen. I just want someone to listen to me sometimes. That's it. I think, I don't have more to say from that.
Yeah, same here. Like as doctor said, like a lot of people give advice, like any kind of behavior. They would say, "Well, maybe this is because of that," and sometimes it gets frustrating because already we are dealing with so many issues at home, and people, like, you hear advice from everywhere. So it kind of gets frustrating for the parents. So as Tripti said, if someone just listen to, we just want to vent out what we are feeling. We don't want advice.
Some of the kids, I have seen that they have certain natural instinct of like loving, like, music or some kind of art. So have you seen those things in any of them?
Yeah, for Pranav, that's the way that I connected with him. Initially, he was not communicating with me. I mean, I didn't even know as a mom and a child how to connect with him. So he used to be in his own world, thinking about his own things. So even he wouldn't respond to any of the conversation I'm trying to have with him. Then he used. One day I realized he was singing. He was just making some music, and I sang with him. Immediately he gave me an eye contact. So he was happy that I'm singing with him, or not only singing. It can be any kind of sound that he's making. It can be just he's just gibberish. He's just blabbering something. I would repeat the same thing with him. Then he smiled at me. So that's when I knew, okay, this is how I'm going to connect with him. So even when I'm in public, I don't care what people think, what I'm doing. So I just, whenever so that's the best way to, like now he's singing. The moment I start singing, he'll look at me and he'll look for the next one. So he loves music. So that has been, so I mean, it started when he was like 2.5 or 3. Even still he loves music. He'll start singing.
Wow.
Ragini, why don't you try and see? And you're a great singer, right?
Yo.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
Why don't you sing a song for us, Ragini? Or just hum something.
Okay.
What song does he like?
And he recently, he goes for dance class with rhythmic arts. So his favorite song is Tu Premi.
Tu Premi,
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
sing it,
All
sing
right.
it. There we go.
All right, this is to all my audience out there, and of course, this is for our superstars tonight. Let's hear this. Okay. Tu premi, aha, मैं प्रेमी, aha, फिर क्या डैडी क्या अम्मा, एक बस तू ही प्यार के काबिल, सारा जहां है निकम्मा. Love you.
Wow, that's the biggest smile that we've ever seen on.
I just love that you see that how beautifully he smiled at me. Thank you so much.
So that goes back to that whole concept of music therapy, right? So
yes.
that is how to connect.
I'm ready.
But
I can sing much more, but this is not about singing. But I am really enjoying with this beautiful two lovely kids right here. And
I think just I'm going to keep on bringing up the points that I need to get across
please.
Yes, so one thing is to be a good listener, right?
Yeah.
So we talked about that even in our assertive disciplining, how to be an assertive parent.
Yes.
Listen, which are we need to understand how to do that. And secondly, lend that ear, lend that compassion, listen to what they have to say. And the other thing is about staring, right? Our community stares. There, there we go.
Lovely.
So what we take for granted as a social outing or something is something that may not be, how would you guys feel, or what, going out to a restaurant, and that I'm sure is a big task
We
for you,
don't
right?
do that. Honestly, so if I have to pick a restaurant, I have to make sure it's loud and noisy, where I know I can just blend in without attracting too much attention. And nice looking restaurants where there's nice cutlery, and we don't even think about it because we know that it's going to trigger something that he's not going to be comfortable, so we just simply avoid it. Going out again, I have not been to a movie. We tried once, it didn't work out. So we have to change our lifestyle in many ways to adjust for our kids.
And how about Uma?
Yeah, I mean, we go to restaurants and we go to movies also. That way he is very calmer. And I just, even if he's singing, or I just ignore I just don't care what people are thinking. I just ignore them completely. I used to be at home before, but he loves going out. He loves going to the restaurants. So we started doing that more. So
What type of food he really likes to go? I mean, like when he goes out, what type of?
His favorite is dosas.
All right.
And
Yes.
sambar.
So makes
Those are his favorite. And he likes bindi. So
Nice.
So one thing is to make sure that if you see a child who's a special needs child in the community, if they're going out, please don't stare at them. Right? It's not. We have a tendency to do that no matter what it is. Somebody walks into the restaurant, we start staring at them. It doesn't matter if it's. I don't know what it is.
I don't know, but being in this country for more than 20 years, I believe that we should let these things go by. I mean, I don't know, we still have those mentality kind of stuff that we still look for attraction to show that we care, but sometimes we're really not caring. We are just being nosy too much about what is going on. So what I do believe in is that whatever you can, just come out and help. If you cannot, please stay out.
Right.
That's it. I mean, this is a pure, clean cut.
And I think Tripti had given a very nice statement about how you select friends and who you are friends with, right? You want to share that? I think that was great.
Yeah, it was in that video where I said that if I go somewhere and my son is 100% comfortable, they're in. If he's not, they're out. Simple.
True. Absolutely. There is, I mean, that is not only for you, Tripti. I do believe that any other person, any other mom, dad out there, they will feel for their child at the same way, that where they're not comfortable, they're not gonna take him or her. So as a parent, you are doing absolutely the right thing, because it's not you only who needs to enjoy the environment or the food. He is also the same priority. Come on. So we are doing everything for the kids. So of course, yes. So whatever they want, we want to do it.
Yep.
Right. So now, I mean, I think we've come a long way in terms of, you know, the acceptance, the denial, you know, and working with the kids to get them to that level. What do you guys think about the future? Do you think about that? What are some of the things along those lines? I know it's a very personal thing, but if you would like to share any sort of general statements about that. As a parent, what should somebody be thinking about?
Yeah, for me it's very scary to think about the future. So we're just taking one day at a time. So because we don't know what it's going to be, so we are just building his life skills, and we have found few of his areas which is very strong for him, like music, and he loves swimming. So he can be all day in the water and no complaint.
Wow.
So that's his favorite thing. So we just think about those things, and we said, okay, we are not going to be worried about what he cannot do. We are going to focus on what he can do, and just work on that, and maybe in future he'll shine on those things. But it is scary to think about future. But I have two boys. So I have older ones, but for him also the future is not predictable. So I feel it's the same thing for him as well.
How old is he?
He is 11.
11. So how he is playing with him, or as a sibling, what is their, I mean, their connection?
Oh, he is very he takes care of him very well, more than a brother. Like, he's always there for him, and everything that he's learned from him. So he's always there for him. He keeps an eye out. Even when we go out, he is more proactive, and he'll ask, okay, can we go to this restaurant? Are you sure Pranav can eat here? What will Pranav, even for planning for birthday parties, even for his birthday party, he's like, I want to have a birthday party where Pranav can also enjoy. So he's always thinking about, he puts him first before himself. So I'm lucky to, I always say maybe God knew that I'm going to have him. So he gave, his name is Ayush. He gave Ayush as my first son, so that, you know, as a family we can take care of him.
No, that is so wonderful to know. That's such a great help you have at home.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
who can think about Pranav, our singing star? Huh? Wow.
You have to get him on Talent Hunt.
Absolutely. You don't know, one day, sure.
Right. So I know we've talked about the community trying to maybe establish some sort of an outlet, you know, how we can incorporate them as the kids get older, right? I mean, do you have any thoughts on that you wanted to share?
The interesting thing is, I mean, at least in this country, there's a lot of awareness and acceptance for special needs kids. We are hearing about a lot of restaurants opening up where they're hiring special need kids. Interestingly, we had a wonderful experience on Saturday or Sunday, where we had gone to a pizza restaurant. And as soon as we entered the restaurant, Samit gets very excited, and he's like, you know, it's like wow and happy. So the guy actually took a piece of dough and gave it to him. and he immediately went to the table and started to copying the actions of that person. So that person was like, 10 years later, you come back, I'll give you a job. And, it's so amazing to see that, because I'm like, I feel so proud and so much relief. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but at that one nanosecond, I felt relief. I know, okay, something will take care of him. That's important.
I think Sameed is tossing the pizza up there.
He loves this story because I was telling another friend and he got all excited. But definitely, I think as the years progress, and I think with parents like us coming out and talking about it, we also have this amazing organization Scope, which has been helping South Asian families of special needs to actually to meet, to talk to each other, to get information. I see a great future for our kids, because we know there's a strong foundation of parents working towards making sure these kids have a good future.
Are there still challenges in the sense of family challenges that you have, like extended family, how they interact with you, or you think is that something that you would like the community to know about, or you want them to give some
so at least
trips
my
on?
family, they love Sameed 100% or 200%. So no problem.
Even my family, immediate family, they love him. But as you said, the extended family. Initially, when he was diagnosed, I didn't go back to India for a couple of years because I didn't want to face the society out there. Same reason they're going to judge, or they're going to question like why he's not talking, why he's behaving like this. So not only the family, the neighbors, the whole society. So I had to kind of stay away from that, because I wanted to become strong before going there to face someone. So still some of my very extended family still doesn't know about Pranav for the same reason that they're going to judge. So I don't want that kind of negativity in my thing at this point. So
Doctor, this is something I'm really curious about. That over here, autism is nothing. It is just something regular thing that it's more like curable if you follow your path, if you follow whatever you are suggesting them, all the doctors, and the way you are guiding them. But in India, why it is not that much people are, I can say, considerate, or maybe they're not literate enough to understand the problem?
Well, a few things I want to say.
Yes,
I want
please,
to, correct a few things there also. It's in terms of, autism here is more, people are more aware of it.
Yes.
So they're accepting of the diagnosis, but still there's a huge portion of the community that's not, right? And definitely curing, not curing, we don't know how much functionality the child will have. All we can do is we can maximize the potential of the child with the various different therapies that are offered, right? And so everybody has to work together to get the maximum potential for the child. How much of that we're going to achieve, we don't know. But at least here we are as much advanced as we possibly can be. In India, first of all, the acceptance is very low, right? There's all this Baba stuff and this voodoo stuff that comes into play, and the community is just not willing to accept that yet. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. But as a community, we have to come and support our kids, no matter how they are, right? Once we have that acceptance in the community, even the parents can feel strong about doing the best. They have their challenges dealing with their own family and the kids. Why do they need the challenge of society adding on to that burden?
True.
Right? True. Well, Uma didn't go to India for so many years. Why?
Exactly. That's why I was really curious about it.
Right? That fear. One of our other families went to India just recently, and she said, "Oh my God, the amount of stares I got from everybody in India as I walked with my kid, she has never seen." She's like, "I don't know if I'll ever come back to India again." Oh my God. So why is it that our community needs to do that? And I'm sure you've felt all that. What we're talking about. Do you want to add anything more to that?
I think, so we have faced some level of, discomfort both in India and here also. And And what I think people really have to understand is it really affects us for a very long time. You know, at that point, maybe we are strong. We might say, okay, you know, I've actually I remember this incident in IKEA where somebody just walked up to me and said, your child looks dangerous.
Huh?
And I said, how old are you? 2? I mean, that was an instant reaction. So he backed off, right? But the thing is, after that, it took me weeks to actually get over it emotionally, right? So that's something I think it has happened here. It has happened in India. It's probably going to happen in a lot of places, but we just have to like keep forging ahead. And I think as parents, we have to take the burden of educating people. So we have to, you know, speak up. If we don't speak up, if we don't tell people, okay, this is what is going on, nobody is going to like, you know, everybody's busy in their lives. So if you take a moment to actually educate somebody, I think it helps with the acceptance too. So
I really want to ask you that when you are traveling, like for maybe a long ride, so how long they are like adjusting with you, like 3-4 hours at a time you can go, or no, like you have to take a break and then again?
So it really depends on the situation. Sameed loves driving, so driving has never been a problem.
Oh, wow.
But as you notice, a plane is very terrifying for him. And you know, it doesn't matter 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. He's going to throughout. So till he doesn't go to sleep, it's this what you were observing right now. It's that situation going on. So we just have to keep trying. Okay, let's see the iPad. Let's eat something. You know, just keep trying different strategies to calm him down. Yeah.
And how about you, Ma?
With him, he loves plane ride. Like takeoff and landing is his favorite. So he would get on the plane. He'll put his seatbelt on and he's ready to. Until the takeoff, he'll keep saying ready, set, go, ready, set, go. So, but long drives it's little challenging for him. He doesn't like to go on long drives, but he's okay. I mean, it's every day is different. So every ride is different. So again, we have to keep him busy with music, or if I turn on music, he'll be fine. So he loves Hindi songs.
Live music.
Exactly. Next time if you're traveling, please take me with you. I can sing the whole ride. I can sing you all his favorite songs.
Absolutely.
So that will be really great. Yes.
But yeah,
yes,
so the thing is, there's a different challenge every day.
Yeah.
Each kid is different, so you cannot make a general blanket statement and say this is the way this kid is going to be that way. Once again, I'll keep on saying the same thing. We have to be accepting. We have to make sure that we are supportive. And that is one of the things that, you know, these two parents, these two moms that have been so bold to come out and give the message to the viewers.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, such strong leaders of scope that they're out there supporting all other families of special needs kids. So anybody who's watching, if they have a special needs child or they know somebody, they should contact us, so we can go ahead and connect them to the right families, right, for the SKN Foundation.
So you know who to contact. That is Dr. Mehrotra from SKN Foundation, and he is doing great work for autism, for everyone, for our society. And I would really ask all of you to come and join him hand in hand, whatever he's doing, whatever he's trying to do, whatever he's trying to accomplish for our society. Please support the great cause by SKN.
And I'm really thankful to Mana TV, again I'm going to say that, for giving us this platform to be able to talk and send the message out to our viewers. Because it's not easy to get the message out and to be able to understand what our families are going through.
True.
Right? So everybody thinks that, you know, the Indian families are the model minority. They have, you know, they're all educated, they're perfect, they have good income, but there are a lot of challenges out here. You know, we do all our work and send it out to India. Both places have challenges, have issues, but we have to be supportive in every way.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming for tonight, Tripti and Uma, both of you. And of course, our superstar Sameed is right now not with us, but our super singer Pranav is here. And tonight I am going to finish with his favorite number again. But before I go, I just want to let you know that next week, Wednesday, 7:30 to 8, do not miss Health is Wealth, only on Mana TV. So Pranav, are you ready to sing Tu Premi again? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Tu premi, me premi, क्या डैडी क्या अम्मा, एक बस तू ही प्यार के काबिल, सारा जहां है निकम्मा, तमा तमा लोगे, tama tama loge tama.
Smile is so precious.
With that beautiful smile on his face, we will take your leave, and of course see you again next Wednesday, 7:30 to 8 only. Art, health is wealth.
Thank you.